This call is being recorded.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Little talk to you today, Rafiq. What's going on?
Sir?
I see you a little tired. It's 2 minutes after I'm messing with usually you're here. You usually beat me to the conference room.
Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't get to look at, as soon as I looked at the time I saw it was 2:00 and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it happens. Is everyone present?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. In the name of Allah, who appeared and is in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
All right. How's everyone feeling?
Good.
That's good. All right. I'm gonna have you recite your. We're gonna go back. We're gonna say the Farad prayer today. Diane, let me hear you say your Farad prayer.
Surely I turn myself, being upright to him, originating in heaven and earth, and I am what follows you. Surely my prayer and my sacrifice and my life and my death are all for Allah, Lord of the world. No associate has he, and this is my commandment, and I will submit. O Allah, thou art the king, there is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been unjust to myself, and I confess my fault. Forgive me possession against all my fault. Don't grant me possession against falsehood. I can say the best of the world, none God say the best of the turns away from me that need you.
All right. Amaria, did I hear you say your Farad prayer?
Surely I turn myself dear for who rich me the heavens and earth, and I am not of polytheist. Surely my prayers, my sacrifice to my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the world. No associate has given. This is my command, and I love those who submit. O Allah, thou art the there, so that is thou, my Lord, I am thy servant. I have been unjust to myself and confessed my fault. Forgive me possessing with all myself. For 9 years possession is also to your guys to the best of morals. For none of guys to the best of them, but be your sons to away from the evil morals that you. Amen.
All right, very good. Kamal, let me hear you say your prayer, son.
Surely I turn myself, being upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not calling for it. Surely my prayer and my sacrifice, my life and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the world. No associate has he, and this is my command, and I am the Lord of the world. O Allah, thou art the king, there is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been unjust to myself, and I confess my fault. The ground protected against all my faults. When I transgressed this fault with thee, God considered less and more. But none God said the best of them, but thee, and turns away from me the evil more.
Very good. Okay, Rafiq, let me hear you say your prayer, son.
Surely I have turned myself, being upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he, and this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the king, there is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been unjust to myself, and I confess my faults. So grant me protection against all my faults, for none grants protection against faults but thee. And guide me to the best of morals, for none guides to the best of them but thee, and turns away from me the evil morals with thee. Amen.
Okay, very, very good. I wanna say some things to you. Not well, it's not like a lecture or anything. I'm gonna let you get to your presentations. I wanna, before you get to your presentation, I wanna kind of talk to you about something. And what I want to convey to you, um, who who I am, meaning like my motivation for teaching you in this manner. I want to let you know something about how I think. I am what you would call a very, very practical person and a very practical teacher. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not really into rituals. When I say rituals, I mean rituals in the sense of doing something for the sake of doing it, or just doing something because everybody else is doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, example, like when the Muslims make a pilgrimage to Mecca, that's a ritual. They get on plane, boat, walk, drive a car, however they get there, and they go to Mecca, Saudi Arabia, and they make a pilgrimage. They go around the Kaaba with the black stone. They make 7 circles around that Kaaba, and on the seventh circuit, what they do is that they kiss or they blow a kiss at that rock. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is what you would call a ritual. Now, when like I pointed out before, I didn't come into the knowledge of Islam or the beginnings of that knowledge of Islam till I was about 18 years old in Detroit, Michigan. When I was your age, I was dead as a doorknob. If I was to go back and talk to you at the same at the ages that you are now, Amari's age, Kamal, Daim, 16, 15, 12, whatever. If you was to have a conversation with me about what you are talking about now, you all would run circles around me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I would not have any idea about what you were talking about. You, with the knowledge and wisdom that you have, you would have held me in what's called fascination. I'm like, I never heard that before. As a child, I was dead. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, but getting back to what I was talking to you about rituals, you know, when I came to Islam and I was studying under my first Islamic teacher, and I was studying teaching of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, there was really no emphasis on me going to Saudi Arabia and making 7 circles around a stone and kissing it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I dare say that if my first Islamic teacher, or I read somewhere, or heard them, or I heard someone tell me that I need to go to Mecca and kiss a rock, I would suppose that my reaction would have been not of one of criticism. Really, I just had a question in my mind at some point, because I know who I am. In the terms of how my mind works, I'd have been like, okay, well, that's what everybody's doing. But the very next question would have been out of my head is, why am I doing this? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And, that's just the way it would have been. It wouldn't have been like, I'm criticizing, I don't want to do it, I don't want to obey. It would have nothing to do with none of those things. It would have been like, okay, now I'm about to get on a plane and travel 9,000 miles and do this. I get that thousands of Muslims have been doing it for over 1,000 years now, but well, why do we do this? Could you teach me what this means? What is this? So, from that perspective, the pilgrimage to Mecca would have been what we call, or what I would call and it is, a ritual. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't teach rituals. If I teach you a ritual, then the ritual will have a practical, meaningful, understandable reason of why I'm having you do a ritual. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, when I have you pray the prayers that I have you pray, you know, you got y'all got messed with the black man. There are more prayers than this, you know. But the prayers I require you to learn, you know, the Farad prayer, the opening prayer, the Quran, you know. But when I have you pray, that is what you call a ritual. That's actually what it is. You know, you go in your room, or you go in the closet, you know, you go in the bathroom, you wash your left arm 3 times, you wash your right arm 3 times, you wash your face, you wash your head, you wash your ears 3 times, you wash the back of your neck 3 times, you know, you wash your mouth out 3 times, you wash your nostrils out 3 times, and then you go and you say Allah is the greatest 4 times or 2 times, and you know, you go through all this ritual. So, given what I just told you, someone could ask me, well, Mr. Muhammad, Yaqub, son of man, whatever you want to call me, why do you pray? Or why do you teach your children or those that follow you to pray to Allah, since that is a ritual? Okay, well, the reason why I teach you to pray and teach you to perform that ritual, because first of all, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told us that we should do it from the mouth of God himself. The Holy Quran tells you that surely the remembrance of Allah is the greatest force. And my own personal, just me talking, you know, from my own thoughts on the matter, is that praying keeps your mind focused and keeps you closer to the God you serve by praying to him. So when I have my children or those that follow me pray, they are not praying to, when they close their eyes and they're praying, they don't think they're praying to some spirit or some kind of ghost. They know that their prayers are being heard by a man or a human being that looks like their dad or looks like a man. They're praying to a real person. And so as I have you pray every day, you know, you live in a world that is constantly trying to deceive you mentally, trying to poison you physically. And so I'm getting you in the habit as children praying to a God that you can be next to spiritually, and have you praying to a God that can protect you physically from harm, from others, or even the poisons that the devil puts in the food. Because Master Farad Muhammad, Allah, has power over all things. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't have the luxury of living in a home with a wife and children and that kind of thing, and having a Muslim prepare my food. And often, you know, if I'm not, you know, eating something I bought out of Walmart, sometimes, you know, I go to one of these little restaurants and get me some food. And these people that's making my food are not Muslims, you know. But you know, it's either I'm there to get, you know, I can't just keep eating salmon out the can. I gotta have vegetables. You know, I just can't eat junk. You know, at some point I need vegetables. You know, so a lot of times I go to a buffet and there's vegetables on the buffet. That's why, you know, I'll be sitting there eating off the buffet. I need vegetables. You know. You don't always want to eat out the can. Sometimes, you know, I mean, I'm a person, I like my food hot. You know, so thought may come in my mind, or may kind of someone objectively looking at the situation. Well, what if somebody does something to your food and this kind of thing? Well, you know, I am a man. I'm a man that believes in a lot. So I don't purposely put myself in a situation and then think, oh, well, I know a lot got me, so I'm just going to act a fool. No, I don't do that. But what I'm telling you is this. I know that Master Farad Muhammad, I know that Allah has power over all things. And I know that when I do the best that I can possibly do, or I can do what's best and reasonable, that I'm giving service to him in the most reasonable manner. I know and believe in my heart, if he chooses, he will protect me. I don't worry about those things. Whenever I get food, especially food I haven't prepared myself, I pray over it. I pray over every time I eat. I pray. I pray to Allah to bless me and to what I'm eating to sustain me and protect me from harm. Every time I pray, that's a ritual. But that's a ritual that I do because of the practical consequences I expect. I expect Allah to protect me. I expect and believe Allah will protect me. And just because I already have that expectation does not mean I'm too proud to lower and bow and submit and ask him for his protection. In other words, I pray to him all the time to show respect to the mightiest God in the universe, for doing or hoping to do what I expect him to do. I show respect. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So that's the purpose, so overall, when I tell you or I'm talking to you, it's practical. I guess that kind of comes from my, I don't know, I guess my scientific training. It's got to have some practical use or it's no good. That's kind of how it is with me. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true because maybe you just don't recognize it. But the point I'm making, it's got. I don't do stuff just to do it. I feel it's a waste of time to do things.
Say a command.
Excuse me. I feel it's a waste of time to do something just for the sake of doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so I want to talk to you about. Now that I've said that, I want to talk to you. And you are children, and you're learning the teachings of Islam, and you're learning the teachings of Islam from someone that's practiced and studied Islam for longer than you've been living. And the reason why I say it in that manner is because I'm trying to show you how blessed you are to receive words of guidance, words of, wisdom and knowledge from someone that's been studying Islam longer than you. And if what I know of truth and wisdom can be taught to you at a younger age, then I would have achieved a very great accomplishment because I will have taken the wisdom that I've gained and put it into a younger vessel. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
In other words, it's kind of like this. It's like if you have like chocolate syrup or some kind of like vanilla extract they use in baking, it's called concentrate. So I'm taking knowledge and wisdom and I'm concentrating it. In other words, by you receiving the teachings of Islam and the wisdom of God at a younger age, you're receiving concentrated power at a very tender age. And so that's the purpose of me teaching you. Believe me, and I want you all to listen to me very good. Believe me, I'm the farthest thing from somebody that wants to show off and just stand in front of you every week and show you how smart I am. Believe me, that is not why I do this Sunday school. I could be doing other things. Believe me, I am not here to lord over you and make you do things. No, no, no. I'm doing this for a reason. I am doing my utmost to teach the people Islam, to teach people of Master Fuad Muhammad that are willing to hear and receive the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, uh, uh, who got this wisdom from Master Fuad Muhammad. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it's my duty. I'm doing it for the love of God, and I'm doing it because I want you to become more powerful than myself in the wisdom and knowledge of God and the command of your life and your environment around you. I don't just want you to have power and wisdom. I want you to have dominion and power and wisdom. I want you to be able to command and control your environment. I want the knowledge and power and wisdom that you have in your head to be physically realized around you. I want you to be able to exercise the knowledge and wisdom that you have to influence and control your environment and those people that allows to come within your environment or your surroundings. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anyone listening to me that does not understand what I just said?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now, this is a very important lesson. Actually, it can get very deep. When I say deep, I mean very, very technical, and it can be hard to keep up with. But hold on, I'm gonna tell you something that my stepdad told me. One of our very, more enlightening encounters. He told me that a genius is someone that can take something that's very, very complicated and make it so simple, that a common man can understand. He said that's genius, to take something highly complex and make it very, very simple. He said everybody can't do that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I want to talk to you. And I'm only going to talk for a few moments, then we're going to get to your presentation. But for these few moments I'm about to talk, you need to be paying attention. You can pay attention you can increase your attention, paying attention to me, by literally staring at that cell phone that my voice is coming through. Meaning, concentrate and really listen to what I am about to tell you. If it pleases Allah, this particular lecture will be on the internet. But I want to talk to you, and I need your full attention because I want you to understand me. Okay? Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what I just told you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what I want to talk to you now, one moment. I want to talk to you on a very simple level, which implications I believe would be quite profound, about power. Okay. And if you say the word power itself, we kind of got a general idea of what it means. But to say power and just think about that word by itself, the effect of it you kind of look at it as something external outside of yourself. And that's fine. But keep listening. We're going to talk about power. And before we get into that subject, I'm gonna say the word God to you. Now, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us that the black man is God. the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told us that every time you look at a black man, you are looking at God. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, did Minister Yaqub or did Kevin Muhammad say that, or did the most honorable Elijah Muhammad say that?
Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Now, is there a time, according to what I just told you, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, is there ever a time that when you look at a black man, you are not looking at God, G-O-D? Is there a time when you see the black man, you're not looking at God, according to what I just told you?
No, sir.
So, repeat after me. Every time you look at a black man,
Every time you look at a black man,
you are looking at God.
you are looking at God.
Very good. Now, listen to me carefully. The definition of God, as told, I think even you can find it in the dictionary of this world, but the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told us that the word God is the possessor of power and force. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, remember, about a moment ago, I told you we're going to talk about power. And remember, I told you that when I say the word power, you know, sometimes we think of something outside of ourselves or something external. But now I just reminded you or told you that God means the possessor of power and force. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told us that every time you look at the black man, you are looking at God, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was telling you that when you see the black man, you are looking at someone that possesses power and force. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you're pretty educated, you know, relatively speaking, intelligent children. You know, Kamal and Mario are kind of young. Kamal in middle school, Mario in the elementary school. But Rafiq is in high school. We are in the internet age. You know, children are not as stupid as they used to be. Of course, I don't really think children were ever really that stupid, but especially today. There's so much information around here. Any child halfway paying attention, it's pretty. It got a pretty good advantage over children of the past. Now, is there anything that I have said up to this point that does not make sense to you?
No, sir.
Okay, let's keep walking together. And we're going to get there very quickly, because believe me, I have a destination. What I am teaching you has a practical application, a practical purpose. Now, God is the possessor of power and force. All right. Now, okay, you all should know, I want to remind you, and I don't have to, but remember, I told you this lecture is going on the internet, you know. So the reason why I'm saying what I am saying is because, other people are going to hear this later. Remember, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad will often say, I don't brag on myself, I brag on Allah. Meaning, the reason why he said the things that he said was not to really boast of himself. The reason why the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said the things that he said was because he was trying to teach us of Allah. So what I'm about to say now is I'm not trying to boast and brag on myself. I'm saying it because the purpose ultimately of me saying everything I'm saying to you right now is to bring you, if you're not already there, right next to Allah. That's why I say the things I say. Believe me. Okay, one moment. Just a second. Oh, 1 second here. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, by trade, trade, your father is a physicist. Got a bachelor's, as you know, because you gave me my degree for my birthday, which I thought was very, very cute and very, very sweet. You gave me, obviously you know I'm a physicist because you gave me my college degree for my birthday. My certificate, that is. By the way, did y'all put that back up?
Oh, I still have it in my drawer.
Okay, good. Now, in physics, you know, I want to. So the reason I bring that up is because you're listening to a man that has studied physics. Okay, so I'm not talking to you something about I learned on the internet or something that I heard about. I went to college and studied this stuff. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Is there?
Okay, I want to talk to you. Now, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that God is the possessor of power and force. All right, let's talk about this for a moment. Let's talk about power and let's talk about force. There is a slight difference. Okay? Like right now at this very moment, you are in a gravitational field, or you are subject to the power of gravity. Meaning, if you push that cell phone off the table, if you throw a ball in the air, it will go to the floor. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is an example of power. Power is like it. Power is it's just what it is. There is no arguing against power. There is no denying power. You know, power is just kind of in your face, and the quality of power is it's just very quiet and very subtle. It just is. You know, there's no debate that there's no intelligent debate you can get into with someone, no matter who you meet on this planet, that we are not in a gravitational field, or we're not under the gravitational power of the earth. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's called power. But let's talk, and power basically is infinite. I don't care how many times, understand what I mean by infinite. I don't care how many times you throw a ball in the air, it's going to keep coming back down. You can throw it up 100 times and come straight back down. You can throw it up 1,000,000,000,000 times. That ball is going to come straight down, and you have not affected the power of gravity one atom. Gravity is still as powerful as it was before you threw that ball up the first time, even to the 1,000,000,000th time. Its power is the same. You have not changed you have not decreased its power at all. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's power. You just can't win. You just can't defeat it. That's called power. Now, let's talk about force. Force is a little different than power. Force, power is kind of quiet and subtle. Force is kind of manipulative, or force is kind of, how you do the things you want to do in a field of power. So if I want to go in the air and stay there for longer than normal, then I have to build a ship, an airplane or a rocket ship, and put some gasoline in it, or I get a helicopter and put some gasoline in the helicopter. Let's just stay with a helicopter. So let's say we get into a helicopter that works. We put gasoline in the helicopter, and we all get in the helicopter, and the helicopter goes in the air. And we're up in this helicopter for hours and days even. But the only reason we're going to stay in the air is because as long as that helicopter has gas or fuel, we are able to stay in the air. But the moment the helicopter loses or uses all that fuel, that helicopter is coming right back down to the ground. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's called force.
say a command.
My GPS. Excuse me, that's my vehicle GPS. I'm sorry. That's an example of force. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But the purpose of force in power is to get you from point A to point B or to do something. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, here we go. One moment. Listen to me carefully. Remember, the definition of God is the possessor of power and force. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And the Holy Quran that each of you have in front of you tells you that surely the remembrance of Allah is the greatest force. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I kind of taught on this subject in my other videos, but I'm about to take you a little bit deeper. And believe me, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm not going to say it again. But today, pay very, very, very close attention. I'm going to put it on the internet. You'll be able to rewind and listen to this again. But listen to me. I don't say this every Sunday. I want you to really listen to me. Don't be distracted. And to help yourself concentrate, just kind of stare at the cell phone so you can hear everything I'm about to tell you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now let's continue. Now, God is the possessor of power and force. Now, I just told you about power, how immense it is, and how you can't exhaust it, you can't weaken it. Yet, God possesses it. Or someone that is called a God actually possesses power and possesses force. My question to you before we continue, what does it mean to possess anything? If I say I have this in my possession, or I say that he possesses that, what does it mean when we say someone possesses something?
Control it.
Control it?
It's your own and no one else's.
It's your own and no one else's? Anyone else?
No, sir.
Okay. So to possess something means to have something under your control, and to possess something means you have something that belongs to no one else. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Actually, those are very, very good and wise answers, because I could even teach on those answers from an Islamic point of view, but I'm not, because I'm teaching on this subject. Very good answers. So God controls power, and since he possesses it, it belongs to him and no one else. That is actually one of the attributes of Allah. Allah is the omnipotent, the all-powerful. You are very wise children. You're wiser than you know. Well, let me get back. Now let's see. Right now, children, you must forgive your father, because right now I have a tendency of being spiritual and staying spiritual. So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to come way on back to earth. I'm gonna try to not be so spiritual and that kind of way and deep like that. Let me get back to earth. Let me come down. Let me come back here. Okay, let me come back to what we're talking about from a more grounded point of view. I don't want to keep you off in the heavens or a heavenly state of mind. Let's come back. Now, let's talk about this. So, let's talk about the black man. Let's talk about power, and let's talk about the force of his will. Now, in the book, the theology, well, not in the book, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, before he left us, before he passed away, he did a lecture called The Theology of Time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And right now, I'm going to read you a paragraph from the great wisdom that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us from the greatest master of wisdom, Master Farad Muhammad. This is just a paragraph, so be patient and listen to me very carefully. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this about us. Quote, our words will become be over the creation of the first God who said be, and there it is. Our word must be that now. It must come to pass that one of you will say the same, and we will have something different. Though it may be 100, it may be 1,000, or it may be 1,000,000 years, it will come to pass. Remember that. Now, did everyone hear what I just said?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat it, Dad?
Okay. You didn't hear me? Come on.
Okay.
I'm going to read it again. Quote, this is what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in the theater. Come closer to the phone so you can hear me. Our words will become be, B-E, be, over the creation of the first God who said be, and there it is. Our word must be that now. It must come to pass that one of you will say the same tomorrow, and we will have something different. Though it may be 100, it may be 1,000, or it may be 1,000,000 years, it will come to pass. Remember that. Did you understand what I just said?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now understand something. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna continue with our lesson. And at this rate, it looks like we may not get to your presentations today. Let me tell you this: the way wisdom is a knowledge that you have to listen, you have to study, meditate, and think about over and over and over again. Wisdom is infinite. So even though you're hearing the words that's coming out of my mouth right now, you're gonna have to reflect on them. Okay, that's the characteristic of wisdom. It's something that you can come back to and keep growing from it, even though you already heard it before. It's unending. The power of wisdom is infinite. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what's the point I'm making? Okay. Now, when you walk outside at night, okay, I'm going to talk to you from a very, very real, practical, and a truthful level, a literal level. We're going to start with the moon. When you walk outside and look at the moon, you are looking at an object that a black man put out there through the use of dynamite. You are looking at an object that a black man put out there 66 trillion years ago. That was done by one of your grandfathers. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we got details on how one of your grandfathers put the moon there. Now, when you look past the moon, you see stars. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, one of your grandfather put a moon right there in front of you. Now, how many stars do you suppose there are in the universe?
Infinite.
Well, it's not really infinite. It's by number. The point is, there's a lot of stars in the universe, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The point I'm making is, you had other grandfathers, great grandfathers, that looked at this. Now, we know how one of our grandfathers put the moon there. So how did our other grandfathers put the stars out there since they were on the earth? Well, what your great-great-great-grandfathers did, children, They walked outside and they looked into outer space. And during that time, there was either no stars there, or the count of stars was less than it is now. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So your great, and keep going back, grandfather will walk outside. He will look up and see a dark space in the sky. And words he would say, "There be a light." And when he said that, he basically said that, willed it, and went on about his business, lived and had children, lived and died, and never thought about it again. And even though he was here trillions of years ago, after so many trillions and trillions of years, the will of a black man that looks like you and me, his will came to pass. All of a sudden, one day, a star sparked and burst and appeared right where he said he wanted it to. And he left millions and trillions of years ago. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's how your fathers put the stars out there. Because your great-grandfathers were gods. And you are a god. And today I'm talking to you about you. What does it mean for me to talk about you? I am talking about you. Who are the people or the person or the children that have power and force? That's what I'm talking to you about right now. That power and that force that you have. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I heard one yes, sir.
Sir?
I didn't hear but one person say anything. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now listen to me carefully. Now, when I read that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that our word will one day be and it will happen. Now, did I say that or did the most honorable Elijah Muhammad say that?
The most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Okay, listen. What I am giving you is a very concentrated and capsulized version of what I could teach you, which would take me weeks and weeks to teach. What I am telling you right now could take me literally all year to teach on, if I chose to. But I'm teaching it to you within an hour. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, let's go back. All right. I'll talk to you for a moment. Kamal, I think he has a skateboard. I don't bought y'all so many toys. I think I bought Mario 2 baked ovens. You know, I think I bought Kamal a skateboard. And the reason I bring this up is this. There are toys that I bought you that you don't even play with anymore. It's probably in the closet, broken, or you forgot about it. Is that true? Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Let's take Kamal for example.
Say a command.
Excuse me.
Main menu.
Okay. Let's say I bought Kamal a skateboard. Okay? And when he got the skateboard, it was brand new. He played with it. He rode it. And then one day, basically, he got tired of it. And what he did, basically, he put it under his bed or he put it in his closet or he left it in the backyard and kind of forgot about it. Or, you know, he don't play with it as much. He'll play with it whenever he get in the mood, you know. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Have you ever experienced something like that or something similar?
Yes, sir.
Listen to me carefully, children. Listen to me carefully, because I'm getting to the point here. Now, let's talk about what happened. The first thing that happened was this. Kamal seen a skateboard or however he got the idea in his mind, hey, I want a skateboard. Then, whether he knew it or not, he had to say, well, how am I going to get the skateboard? I know. I'm going to ask mama. Well, no, I'm going to ask daddy. I know daddy would do it. So what Kamal did, he had an idea to get a skateboard. He wanted a skateboard. And so he said, well, I know how I'm going to get the skateboard. I'm going to ask dad to get me a skateboard for my birthday or whatever. So he calls his dad. He said, Dad, could you get me a skateboard? And I said, yes. He says, great. He hangs up the phone with his daddy, and he starts celebrating. He's happy. Dad's going to get me a skateboard. Because Kamal knows daddy said he's going to do something. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So Kamal, he runs around the house. Hey, everybody, Dad getting me a skateboard. Hooray, hooray. And after so many days or so many weeks, one day, he wakes up or he goes outside, he sees a truck pull up or a car. And in that truck is a delivery man, has a box with his name on it. He opens the box, and guess what? There's the skateboard. It happened, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's an example of power. Now, let's keep walking. So Kamal knew that the skateboard was going to come. He didn't doubt it. He just knew that the only thing that separated for him from his skateboard was the time it would take for somebody to deliver it, because he knew his daddy was going to buy it for him. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's an example of power, an example of faith. Now, one moment. I want to say this again because I want you to respect it. I am giving you wisdom that many people of the past never knew, and the people of today still don't know. You are, King Solomon said that wisdom is better than gold, because you can take gold and basically buy anything you want, but you can run out of gold. But gold gets you basically anything you want, materially speaking. Wisdom can do the very same thing, but you will never run out of wisdom. Wisdom can get you everything gold can, and you have an unlimited supply. Once you have it, your power or your ability to get whatever you want is unlimited. Therefore, as Solomon say, wisdom is better than gold. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Behold, a greater than Solomon is here right now. But let me continue. Now, let's talk about this process here. Now, that's an example of Kamal's power being realized, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's talk about another example. Let's see. Diane, can you swim?
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody in that room that cannot swim?
I don't think I can. I'd have to go see.
Okay, you don't.
I can just move in the water, but I can't stay afloat.
I can swim.
Okay, you can't. Well, you can't swim then, son. Okay. Oh, we're gonna use Diane for this example. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
It's kind of funny. I guess I gotta say, if I were you guys, I would be so excited right now about what I'm about to tell you. I would be like on pins and needles. But that's just me. But let me continue. Okay, Diane does not know how to swim. Okay, so let's say that Diane gets on a boat with his mother and his brother and sister, and they go on a cruise to Mexico. Diane walks out to the boat rail. He looks over, and he sees the vast ocean or the vast Gulf of Mexico. And it looks so powerful and so majestic. He sees the waters going up and down and rippling against the boat. and Diane says something, man, I would love to just dive in and swim around and get back in the boat. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Why would not Diane jump in the water?
He'll die.
I mean, yeah, but why, but he will die, but why would he die?
He can't swim.
Or drown.
Because he cannot swim. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Diane has the power and the ability to jump in the water. Diane has the power to get in the water and feel the wetness of the water, the coolness of the water, the power of the water. But Diane will not jump in because Diane knows that because he cannot swim, he will die. So therefore, he does not jump in the water. Yet Diane is still looking at the water, wishing he could jump in. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I'm greater than Solomon is here. Let me continue. So the only thing that's stopping Diane's wish, the only thing that's stopping Diane's will or power from being realized, like Kamal was realized, is Diane is not prepared to receive or realize his own power. Meaning Diane, if he wants to realize what he wants done, he must first learn how to swim. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Once Diane learns how to swim, like really good, like an Olympian, Diane knows that, hey, anytime I get ready, I'm gonna jump in this water, take a quick swim, and get back on this ship. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's an example of power. But the difference was Diane was not prepared to exercise his power, right?
Yes, sir.
Because if Diane exercised his power, it will kill him. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, like I said, what I'm teaching you at this moment, I'm telling you, it would take me months to get this out. But I'm capsulizing it. Listen to me very carefully. Let's talk about your dreams. Let's talk about your dream when you're in the dream state. When you are having a dream about anything, whether you're driving in a car, whether you are in a rocket ship, whether you are at school, a dream about anything. While you're in that dream, where is your body physically?
In the bed.
You are physically in your bedroom inside of your house. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So when you are inside of a dream, or when you are inside of your own dream, when you look at the sun, when you look at the sky, when you look at the car, when you look at the ground, when you look at the trees, when you look at the school teacher, everything in the dream is being created by your own brain. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Everything in the dream is being conjured by your mind. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Everything in the dream is really one of your brain cells reflecting what you're trying to do. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Everything in your dream is you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
When you are in a dream, you are everything. You are all in all. There is nothing, and I mean nothing inside of a dream of yours that's really not really just you. It's all you. You can scare yourself, but in your dream, you cannot kill yourself. It is impossible for you to kill yourself in your own dream because it's you, right?
Yes, sir.
You might get scared to do something. You might get scared to jump out of the window. You might get scared to go in front of that car in your dream. But if you did it in the dream, if you did it, you will either wake up or it will happen and nothing will happen to you. If you try to fly in your dream and you jump, and you actually might start flying because you cannot die in your own dream. You cannot be killed in your own dream. So you can, if someone, you can almost laugh, especially when you wake up in a dream and somebody says they're gonna kill you. You can say to them, dude, this is my world. This is my dream. Matter of fact, I control you. You will start laughing at them. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You can't die in your dream because you are all powerful in your dream. You just don't know it. You are everywhere in your dream. You are Allah. You are all inside of your dream. You are all powerful. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but what we're talking about right now, I'm not talking to you about dreams, but I'm making a point. Let's go back to Daim, and let's talk about power. So, Daim, the reason why Daim will not exercise his own power, we're not talking about no dream, we're talking about for real now. We know Daim not going to jump in the water because it'll kill him because he don't know how to swim, so he's not going to do it. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here we go. Okay, let's back it up a minute. So, what am I trying to teach you? This is what I'm trying to teach you. Part of the reason why things don't happen the way you want them to happen, or one of the reasons why you don't get the things that you want, is because the thing that you desire to happen or the thing you want, you are not ready to receive it. It will either harm you in some way or even kill you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So just like Daim wish that he can just jump in the ocean and go swimming, it does not happen because Daim knows that it will kill him, so he does not do it. Okay. This is what I'm trying to show you something. When Kamal asked his father for the skateboard, and when Kamal got the skateboard didn't kill Kamal. Kamal was able, even though Kamal did not know how to even use a skateboard, because when he got his will, when he got what he wanted, even though he didn't know what to do with it, he received it because it wasn't going to harm him and kill him. He had the ability to where whenever he got the skateboard, get on it, learn how to use it, and have fun with it. The skateboard did not harm or kill Kamal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Listen to me carefully. When you want something done, this is part of it. I'm going to give you the other part in a minute. When you want something done and it does not happen, it's the reason why it does not happen, or a probable reason why it does not happen in your life, is because you are not ready for it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen to me very carefully. We're getting into the water is right now about to get a little deeper. Just a little deeper. The lecture that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad gave is called The Theology of Time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The word theology means God, the study of God. That's what theology means. Theo means God, and ology means the study of, like biology, right?
Yes, sir.
But we're not talking about biology or biology. We are talking about theology or theology. We're not studying different life forms of the earth. We're studying God, which is to say we're studying ourselves. So we are dealing with the theology of time, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when we say, like last week, Dain said, Master Farad Muhammad means Master Obey Muhammad because Farad means obey. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So, Dain, when we say theology of time, if theology means the study of God, when we say theology of time, what are we saying?
God of time.
We are talking about the study of the God of time. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And remember what Kamal says, that when you possess something, you have control over it or that it is yours. So if I am the God of time, that means that I am in authority over time. That time obeys me. I don't obey it. I am the king of time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That means that time does not rule me. I am the king. I am the ruler. Time does not tell me what to do. I tell time what to do. Time does not tell me when I die. I tell time when I get ready to die. I die when I get ready to. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I am God. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So the theology of time is the study of the God of time. Meaning, we are studying the reality of God. And the reality of God is not subject to time. God is the possessor of power and force even outside of time. We rule in time and out of time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Listen to me very carefully. When your great-great-great-grandfather looked out into the sky, and he looked in that dark space in the sky, and he said, "Let there be light," and then he died. It didn't matter if he was here, because your great-great-grandfather is a king, and his word was spoken, and it happened. Even though he died a million years later, his will did not die because of the succession of time. His will is still dead because he is the God of time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One moment. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
We're in deep waters. And even if you think you understand me, you're gonna have to listen to this lecture again. Because I promise you, we're in deep waters. But let me continue. So the theology of time is the study of God and time. So the question becomes, you may say, Dad, or the question becomes, Muhammad, or the question becomes, Son of Man, what does it mean to be the God of time? And how do I exercise my power? That's what I'm about to tell you right now. Watch this. You want a guitar, don't you, Rafiq?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I want everybody in this lecture to remain silent. I don't want nobody else to speak. But I want you all to listen like your life depended on it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That includes you too, Rebecca. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Now, everybody else, keep your eyes open. Okay, Rafiq, are you right there?
Yes, sir.
Close your eyes.
Yes, sir.
Now, what I want you to do, I want you to think about a guitar. There are many guitars in the world. There are rock and roll guitars, there are classical guitars, there are electric guitars. What we're going to do right now, we're going to think about a guitar. We're going to think about a regular. What kind of guitar? What kind of guitar do you want?
Acoustic.
No, we're going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about an acoustic guitar. Now, is your eyes closed?
Yes, sir.
Do you see an acoustic guitar?
Yes, sir.
How many strings does it have?
6.
It has 6 strings. And I would guess the acoustic guitar is probably brown, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And when we look at this acoustic guitar, if we look at the top of it, it's probably got 6 knobs to hold the 6 strings in place, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And guess what? We now the acoustic guitar got a neck, and then in the middle of the guitar, towards the bottom, it has a round hole in the middle, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And we know that acoustic guitar, that the fat part of it is kind of wide. That's kind of the reason why it's wide, because when we pluck a string, it allows the sound inside the guitar to get loud and resonate, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And if we turn the acoustic guitar around, when we see the back of it, we don't see any strings, do we? It's kind of just flat, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? And the strings on the other side, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you used to take this acoustic guitar and bring it to your nose, it would smell kind of like wood, maybe pine wood, but it would have like a woody smell to it, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. And if you pluck the strings, because you're not playing any particular melody, when you pluck every string, when you pluck the fat string, it'll make a low sound all the way down to the bottom string that's real thin. It would make a very high pitch sound, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And you want that guitar, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep your eyes closed. Now, let's say that you actually have the guitar right now, and let's say that you've been playing this guitar for about 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday. You've been playing around with this guitar, man. You can't really make you are happy to have it, but you really can't play like a rock star yet. But you're getting there. You can play a couple of little tunes. And Diane walks in your bedroom with this guitar, but you've been playing this guitar for 5 hours and your finger hurts. And Diane asks you, "Hey, Rafiq, you want to come out and play basketball?" What would you tell Diane? You ready? Would you like to take a break and go out and play basketball? Would you go outside and play some basketball?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, of course you would, right? So you go outside with Diane, you play a little, right? So you take the guitar. Now what you would do is put the guitar in your closet. Do you know what your closet looked like?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you put the guitar in the closet, and you and Diane go outside and play basketball, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's say that it's summertime, and let's say whoever it is, don't say a word, just listen. Let's say it's summertime, and you don't have school tomorrow, and let's say that you play this guitar for 5 or 6 hours every day, and Diane does the same thing every day. About 5 or 6 hours after you start playing this guitar, Diane will walk in the room and ask you, "Hey, you want to take a break, go outside?" And you say yes. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this goes on all summer. You're playing the guitar all summer. You're getting a little better. And, by golly, Diane comes in at the perfect time, right when I need to take a break and, I need to do something else to refresh myself. My brother comes in the room all the time, One moment. He comes in the room at the right time when I need to take a break from this guitar. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So what you do, you put the guitar back in the closet again, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Doesn't it feel great to have a guitar in your closet?
Yes, sir.
Now open your eyes. Now, what did we just do? Rafiq wants a guitar. And before we had this conversation, the only thing that Rafiq had was a desire for his guitar. Now, Rafiq has experienced having the guitar. Do you all understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, listen to me carefully. We're talking about the God power. We're talking about the God power. Now, when I say the God power, I'm really talking about your power. How does it work? I'm going to tell you how it works. But before I tell you how it works, you need to know this one thing to exercise your will. And this is what you need to know. When you pray to Allah for anything, or when you desire anything, this is the prayer that you make to Master Farad Muhammad. This is the prayer that you say to Allah when you ask Allah or when you desire something. This is what you say. You say this. After you make your supplication and prayer to Allah, you say, "Oh Allah, if I am not ready to receive what I've asked you for, oh Allah, please make me able and ready to receive what I've asked you for." Hold on. When you make the prayer to Allah, you say, "Oh Allah, please help me to be able to be ready to receive what I have asked for. And if I'm not going to receive it, please mercifully reveal to me why I won't receive it. But oh Allah, I know thou art the most beneficent. And I know that thou desires to give me every wish or every desire of my heart. So I have faith in you, Allah. So, oh Allah, if I am not ready right now to receive what I asked for, oh Allah, could you please guide me to get ready to receive what I just asked for? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, let's go back to Daim. Remember, Daim wanted to jump in the ocean and go swimming, but Daim did not know how to swim. So what's going to happen is Allah is going to facilitate. He's not going to bring, so to speak, he's not really going to bring Daim to the ocean to jump in. He's going to facilitate a way for Daim to learn how to swim. That could come in the form of his mother coming home from work and telling Daim, did you know at the recreation center that they are giving free swimming lessons? It will just come to him. And in order for Daim to receive the ultimate blessing from Allah, that he really wants to go swimming, he has to recognize that Allah is trying to prepare him to receive what he asked for. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's go one step further. And let's go back to Rafiq. Because I am giving you the wisdom and power of God right now. Now, if you want anything, and I mean anything, let's talk about that guitar
that Rafik does not have yet. Let's talk about it. And let's go back to the God of time. Let me step back and say this before I continue. There are many people out here that's trying to learn how to exercise the God power and are unsuccessful doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Many people will try, they call it New Age teaching, or they'll try subliminal tapes, or they may get up and make a chant, oh God, please give me $1 million. And they'll say that every day for 365 times a year, and they will never get the $1 million. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
They will never be successful because they made the most powerful God in the universe. They don't serve him and are not one with him. But I'm giving you the power to get anything you want. And this is how it's exercised. When you want something, you just don't have the desire to want it. Everybody wants it. Everybody in the state of Louisiana, Arizona, Chicago, Illinois, in the United, everybody wants to be rich. Everybody's walking around with that power, or that desire, I should say, to become rich. But everybody's not rich, are they?
No.
No, sir.
So it takes more than just wanting to be rich to become rich. There's something missing. Because if I tell you I'm going to give you the formula or the recipe to make chocolate cake, and I give you the recipe to make chocolate cake, and when you follow my instructions, you end up with something that tastes terrible and not like chocolate cake, then what I have given you is incomplete. I have not really given you the recipe, have I?
No, sir.
Okay, so all these people out here teaching about, the law of attraction, how to do this and how to do that, and it's not working. That means that they are not giving you the truth. They are not giving you the recipe. They have not showed you the God power. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
In actuality, the reason why they can't do it because they actually don't serve God. But that's another subject. But let me get back to it. How do we exercise the God power? This is how. That exercise I just did with Rafik. Rafik now had the desire for the guitar, but for a few moments, Rafik experienced the guitar. He imagined playing it. He imagined how it looked, how it smelled. He imagined even putting it away, putting it in his closet to go play basketball. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So, actually, let me talk to Rafik again. Actually, right now, Rafik, in a way, you kind of feel, in a certain way, you don't really feel as anxious to get the guitar, do you? You still want it, but you kind of experience it in a certain kind of way, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
That's called detachment. What Rafik did with putting the guitar in the closet, what Rafik did by imagining the guitar, smelling the guitar, playing the guitar with the string is the same thing that Rafik's great-great-grandfather did when he looked out in the sky and said, there be a light, and 1,000,000 years later, a star appeared. Rafik just did the same thing his great-grandfather did. His great-great-great and your greatest grandfathers didn't doubt that star was going to come. They knew it was going to come. When I say knew, what I am saying is your great-great-great-grandfather experienced the star being there. Meaning, he just didn't say there be a light, then ran off and plowed the field. Your grandfather stood in the middle of the area he was at, and he stared, meditated, prayed about this star. He seen the star. He rotated the star in his mind in 3D. He seen the brightness and the illumination of the star. And he seen how beautiful the star was. He smiled when he seen that star. And then After he experienced it, he was finished. He went on and did his work. He went on and ate some food or played with his grandchildren, and then he later died. But he had already experienced the star. But guess what? He walked away from it. And the universe began to do his will. Even though your great-great-grandfather died, he was no longer in existence. He was no longer here in time with us. His will was being exercised outside the confines of time. Even though he may have lived 100 or 200 years, his will continued despite the fact that he was no longer here. Meaning, despite the fact that he was no longer making time. Because the black man is the God of time. So his will was going to be fulfilled. Because the whole universe is just an extension of yourself. Just like when you go to sleep. That everything you see in a dream is you. Everything you see in a dream is you. It's only a matter of time before your will is exercised. So, when you desire something and you want to exercise your power of Godhood to make your will be, you must feel it. You must experience it. It must, in your mind, become a reality. And once it becomes a reality in your mind, and then once you experience it, you put it in the closet. Like, man, okay. And you walk away. That's called detachment. You don't go back and doubt it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Rafiq wants a guitar. He wants an acoustic guitar with 6 strings, with the knobs at the top, with a hole in the middle. Then when he put it to his nose, he can smell it. When he turn it around, he can still see it. He sees the back of the front ground guitar. He's going to get that guitar. Whether I die in the next 5 minutes or whether I get on the internet, order it, and send it to his house, the guitar is on its way. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you do, but what's going on right now? Why hasn't the guitar appeared in front of Rafiq at this moment? Well, I don't know exactly why, but I can give you my best guess. The reason the guitar has probably not yet manifested in Rafiq's life is because he's not ready for it. He's in school. It's not summertime. If he gets that guitar at this moment, it's going to be a distraction. Yeah, he may do his homework and play guitar for a little bit, but he's not going to get no satisfaction because he can't really spend the time he wants to. The guitar will become a source of temptation, a source of distraction. The guitar, when given at the right time, in the summer when he has all free time in the world, can be appreciated, can be experienced and enjoyed, and it will not detract from Rafiq's educational studies. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Remember, there is a God over you. Playing the guitar is not going to fulfill Allah's ultimate will in the universe. I'm just telling you. But at the same time, Allah wants you to enjoy life too. So Allah wants you to do well in school and get educated and study your prayers and study your lessons. And at the proper time, at the right time, the thing that you pray for and desire and ask Allah to do for you, when you are ready to receive it and it won't harm you or take away from Allah's ultimate purpose for you, it will be right there. It's going to be right there. And you're going to get it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So remember, when I'm going to go back to the Theology of Time by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, read it to you again, and make sure that you understand this most important lesson on the God power. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in the Theology of Time, quote, he said, our words will become be over the creation of the first God who said be, and there it is. Our word must be that now. It must come to pass that one of you will say the same tomorrow, and we will have something different. Though it may be 100, it may be 1,000, or it may be 1,000,000 years, it will come to pass. Remember that. Those are the true words of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Those are the true words of Master Farad Muhammad, Allah in person. Remember, and listen to me carefully, when Allah says something, there is no repeller of his decree. A decree is when you give an order.
That's right.
Kings give decrees. Judges give decrees.
Decrees. That's right.
There is no repeller of Allah's decree. Imagine being here in the 1800s. Imagine walking around before the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was born. Imagine reading the book of Malachi where God says, behold, I will send you Elijah. Imagine being here before the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was born. If you were born before the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was born and you was reading the book of Malachi, you might get sad or you might get impatient. And like, man, when is Elijah going to come? When is Elijah going to come? And the way to peace, the way to as-salam, is to know that Allah's going to keep his promise. Is to know Allah's going to keep his word. Because that man Elijah not only came, Allah actually sent him. Allah actually came and sent him in person. It happened. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, so when Allah says a thing, it's going to happen. I am showing you how to exercise the will of Allah. I am showing you how to exercise the patience of a God. I am showing you how to rule yourself. And once you are in the practice of ruling yourself, you will begin to rule others that you are supposed to rule. The tribe of Shabazz is going to rule the whole planet. But it first begins with the knowledge of self. You must first rule yourself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And this is the Allah has no associate. So if Allah is the most patient, so if you do not have patience, you must go to the source of patience. You go to Allah. Allah is patient. So how do I get patience? How do I get patience to wait on Allah? The way I get patience to wait on Allah is to remind myself that, Allah is going to do what he said he's going to do. I have no doubt about that because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad showed them came and left. So I know Allah going to keep his word. So why am I impatient? I know he's going to do what he's going to do. There is no reason for me to doubt him. Malachi chapter 4 verse 5 has been fulfilled. Elijah has come. Elijah is not even here anymore. So we know that Allah keeps his word. That's how we exercise patience. The scriptures calls it the patience of the saints. And this is how you get it. This is how you exercise it. Understand something. You serve the God of time. Meaning, time in terms when you're dealing with Allah, when you're dealing with Master Farad Muhammad, and eventually when you're dealing with yourself, time with God is not time to everybody else. As the scripture says, a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years. The Quran says, a day with your Lord is 1,000 years as you may count. We are the gods of time. We don't worry about when something's going to happen. The reason why we don't worry about when something is going to happen is because we know it's going to happen. And since we know it's going to happen, in a sense, it has already happened. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What am I saying? The white man is already a dead man walking. He's already killed. He's already
That's
gone.
right.
It's just a matter of time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's just like, let me come back to earth. It's like your mother may be at work, or your mother can be out, could be at the mall shopping, and there's a kitchen full of food, and she ain't started cooking yet. But there is no doubt in your mind that your mother's coming home and is going to start preparing dinner, and you know you're going to eat tonight. You know you're going to eat. There is no doubt. If somebody asks you, well, what time are you going to eat today? And you say, well, I really don't know, because you really don't. It could be 6:01, it could be 7:15, it could be 5:30. To a God, it doesn't really matter, because the God is a knower. We're not subject to time. Time is a servant. Time happens when we say it happens. In other words, you eat when your mama say you're going to eat. Don't ask me what time I'm cooking dinner. It's going to happen. Don't ask me what time or when I'm going to send you that guitar. It's just going to happen. And not so much when I say, it's going to happen when Allah say. And it's going to happen through you also. Because, it may go by. I might get a phone call from Rafiq. Hey, Dad, I really would like that guitar. Okay, so I'm working on it. I'm going to get it for you. There's nothing wrong with going back to Allah or going back to Master Farad Muhammad after you ask for something. And, it's kind of funny you think you're going to remind Master Farad Muhammad. But the point is this. If going back to Allah and asking him, oh, Allah, could you please bless me with this, even though you already asked him for it, if that's going to bring you peace, then do it. Ask him again. If that's going to bring you peace, do it. Because Allah is the God of peace. So going to Allah and asking him again, that's going to give you the patience to wait on the blessing that you prayed for. Then I say go ask him again. And then walk away like a God. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm about to close the subject, but it's kind of, this subject is really deep. Because when you become men and you start dealing with the woman or women, it does not change. When you're dealing with a woman, you're courting a woman, or you're dealing with an interest, the man does not mind walking away. This is another subject, and I'm not going into it, but I'm going to say this for closure purposes. The woman is kind of like a universe in a sense, but I'm not. That's getting a little deep. I'm getting off subject, but let me say it like this. Let me tell you this: when you're dealing with a woman or your wife to be, okay, and things are not going right, or you have to be a God at all times. Meaning, you have to be so one with Allah and one with the power of Master Muhammad, which is really the power of yourself. You have to be so much one with that if anybody decides to threaten you, like, well, I don't know if we can be together, or, you know what, I'm not going to do this if you do that. You have to be willing to walk away and not care and serve Allah only. So, in closure, you must to get the things you want out of life, you must first desire it, experience it, imagine having it, and then you have to walk away from that desire. You must, one moment. You must be able to walk away from that desire. Because there is no higher desire above being with Allah. So when you ask for anything and you experience it and you know it's going to happen in your life, you walk away from it. You don't spend time lusting after it. Because we love Allah above everything else. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because we know, well, you know what? I asked for it, and Allah's going to do it. I know He is. And if He's not going to do it, He's going to plainly tell me. And since He hasn't told me, it's only a matter of time. So I'm not even going to worry about it. Because I know He's going to do it. And if He don't, He's going to let me know. Because Allah desires not to make a fool out of me. Allah's not going to disgrace me. I already know that. So, in closing, when you want anything, and I mean anything, you must experience it first. You must feel it. Like the Jackson song, Can You Feel It? In that video, if you go to Black Messiah, part 28, the last section of the Black Messiah series, and wherein the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told you that He's going to make a God out of you, the video comes on, Can You Feel It? And in that video with the Jacksons, the song playing, Can You Feel It? And while they're saying, Can You Feel It? They are recreating the heavens and the earth. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You must, to become a God and to exercise your God power, you must go beyond a wish. You must go beyond just the desire. This is the key. This is the lesson for today. You must experience it in your mind in every way possible, in every way you can imagine experiencing what you desire. And after you fully experience it in your mind, in your meditation, in your prayer, put it in the closet, walk away from it, because you know it's going to happen. And by doing this, you will get peace, and you will start exercising faith in your God. And your life is going to open forever and ever and ever. All your heart's desires are going to be fulfilled forever and ever and ever. You are going to be happy forever and ever and ever. You will experience peace forever and ever and ever. You will walk with Allah forever and ever and ever. Are there any questions before we close?
No,
or
sir.
comments before we close? In the name of Allah, who appeared and is in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum.
You're welcome.